Hey guys, today we're going to be talking about before and after. So the format for this character type is first I was this type of person and then I was this type of person. So for example, before I did marketing, I was just somebody who was struggling in a job which was killing me slowly over a long period of time. And then something amazing happened. I met this guy, Gary. I talked about him earlier. He's an absolute legend. And he insisted that I joined him, but I was so afraid of leaving my job. I was so afraid of leaving the job that he had to ask me a couple of times. And he did ask me again and again to join him and work with him. And after about 8 months, I eventually said, okay, I will take the step and I will plunge into the world of marketing. That's where I got to today. This is a true story. And I remember this is an important part of it because you've got to really sell the story, and I'm selling it with the truth. I was on 6.25 an hour, and he said to me when I joined up, he said, so how much are you on? I said 6.25 an hour. He said, well, if you got the promotion that you've been working for, how much would you be on per hour? I said 6.30 an hour. And he said, I'll pay you 6.30 an hour if you come and work for me. And when it came to signing the contract later, it was a week into my employment. I'd been sitting there sweating and being really, really nervous. Remember, he was got me to sign the contract. And I was looking at this contract, and in there, he had left it blank, was the amount that I was going to get paid per hour for working with him. I wrote 6.25 down. I only wanted to be paid what I was being paid in the moment. He took one look at it, put a line through it. I thought, oh my God, I'm screwed. He wrote 6.50 an hour. He said, congratulations, Alex, you've been promoted. And that was one of the happiest days of my life. I really love that man so much. Anyway, basically, when it comes down to it, you use this before I was this and then I was this. You can use that as well for like weight loss products, things like that. It's really, really good because you can show how much weight you lost. If I was to do it, for example, I'd say, well, I remember when I was 17 years old and I had really big muscles and a six-pack, and now I've got all this. That would not be a good before and after, so I'm not doing any weight loss anytime soon. But now you've got the idea of before and after. Somebody who has really, really worked and built themselves up. Jared Fogle from Subway started off being really overweight, and by eating Subway every day, he lost a load of weight and he became their spokesperson for a while until the horrible scandal. And now he's no longer in that position. But you can get somebody who has lost weight. You can get someone who's achieved something. You know, they've come up from the ground up and they've built their way. They've built their way through to the next level. And you can say, well, hey, this is what someone did to become successful. Before I set off on my own, I was just a marketer. Now, I'm a marketer who's got many skills in many different areas of marketing. So I was just social media guy before that. I did a little bit of systems work, but now I'm a social media, systems, restaurant marketing. I do legal marketing. I can do pretty much any form of marketing, email lists. I can do everything. You know, I can make these complicated systems. I can route things through all sorts of things. I can do insane things now, like which I could never do before. I can program stuff. I can do all sorts. So I've achieved a lot. Before, I was nothing. I was someone who thought he could never be any better than he was. You know, I thought, this is my lot in life. I've worked so hard to get promoted, they don't care about me. And now, I can do what I like, really. You know, I could not even make the next part of this video, but I'm going to, don't worry. The important thing is to show the before and show the after. Show what someone has achieved through their journey, okay? Before you were a business person, what did you go through? What were the steps that made you who you are today? It's such a simple story, and it's such a good one because you can be so honest about things with people. It's so good. Anyway, I hope this has been helpful. Sorry for getting a bit emotional, but I think that's, maybe it's important that you see that, because there is more to me than just being an emotionless husk, like most marketers. Anyway, catch you in a bit. Bye.